Hello, everybody, and welcome to Introduction to Public Health. I'm going to show you today how to navigate through the course so that you can get an understanding of what to do when. We've seemed to have a trouble understanding the syllabus. So when you log into the SUNY Orange Blackboard site, you will find your course, select it, and press enter. You will see on the side that you have all of the actual content pages and information. First and foremost, start with the information, and you will have access to a variety of different pieces of information. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go to Introduction Materials. Once you've opened your Introduction Materials, you will find the course outline. While we're waiting for the course outline to begin, you will see that it has all the rules. I have in here that we have a literal conduct here that says class attendance policy. The question is, how is there a class attendance policy whenever we don't have to meet as a group? Well, the story is that you still have to do certain things at certain times. And so in order to meet the SUNY Orange class attendance policy, we have certain dates set up and responsibilities for you to do things throughout the semester and throughout the course. I'll explain more of that later. As we go down, you'll see how you're graded, how those grades stack up, what happens to all the assignments. They must be turned in on time. As we scroll down, you will find that we have the actual tentative course schedule. So if you take a look and we see the first date aligns up with the first line. So on January 17th through January 23rd, we had the introduction to the course. You were supposed to go into the syllabi, take the introduction quiz, and see what was going on. From January 20th to January 30th, which we're in the midst of, you are now looking at the chapters 1, Politics and Prevention, the Science of Public Health. So for that, you will see where we find the assignment. Assignment number 2 begins and opens up tomorrow, January 27th through February 6th. The thing that's really important to understand is that we have two things running parallel. So we have your individual assignments and the course and the textbook and how we're going. And then we have the program assignments to meet certain learning outcomes so that this course and our whole entire program is transferable. You have to do group activities in each and every class. And so those group activities are running from January 1st through February 27th. So there's certain things that you also have that are deliverables. They run concurrently or parallel to the individual activities. So now, before we get to the group activities, I would like to show you what happens when we find our contents. Go back over to the left-hand side and open content. I have submitted every aspect of your course that is ready to go. So if you take a look, we have chapter 1, chapter 2. So chapter 2, which is where we are, is January 27th through February 6th. Taking a look at this date, you will note that this chapter, you may submit your assignment anywhere between the 27th and the 6th. Now, what's the assignment? Open up that folder. Inside that folder is everything you need to know for public health. Chapter 2. As we scroll down, here's the learning objectives. As for the learning objectives, once you're finished and you've completed the work for the chapter, you should go back to the learning objectives and consider, have I looked at these things? Do I understand this? Are there any questions? Those are the things that are very important. The presentation is a PowerPoint presentation, and oftentimes I will have a video attached to describe and explain what's going on within the chapter and the PowerPoint. You will note that there's a homework assignment and you'll have it to open it. The next thing you will note is that there is a discussion topic. The discussion topic. So you can click on discussion topic and it will drive you to the discussion board, but you can read the question as you're going through the chapter. so that you have a better understanding of what's going to be asked of you and what you may need to consider. There are resources listed here. So sometimes there's web links, sometimes there's video, sometimes there's nothing. If you have something that you have found extremely useful within that chapter or something that is very pertinent, then please send me the link and I'm happy to add it. We can build the course together. There's a section for teamwork and collaboration in the chapter. That too, once you open it up, we'll share and you'll be able to see what happens. Over here is the assignment button. The assignment button is the little ruler with the pencil. My instructor version and vision that you're looking at has the check your knowledge. Here it says this item is not available. The reason that it's not available is because of the dates. So let me explain to you the dates before we get to the assignment page. So, for example, chapters 2 stated that it would be available to you starting January 27th through February 6th. To enable students to have 2 weekends to work on their course materials, it requires you to be creative, think outside the box, and I wanted to make sure that you had ample time. So that's why the course runs from a Friday to the second Monday. Not the first Monday, so you don't just get Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oopsie. You get the whole entire weekend plus a second whole entire weekend. Your information and your assignment is due the second Monday at 8 p.m. Now, within that time frame, you have a lot of things to do. So you're reading the chapter, going through all the different parts of the assignments. For this week, week 2, you will open up on the 27th, tomorrow. Your first initial post to the discussion question is due by 8 p.m. on the 31st. Dead smack in the middle of the week, you are available to take the quiz. The quiz will open up at 8 a.m. on February 1st. All materials and assignments and other discussion posts are due by 8 p.m. on February 6th. So let me ensure that we understand the dates. Chapter 2, materials open. You may attach your assignments as early as January 27th. You may be reading the textbook, checking out the things, whatever it is that you need to do. You are required by Tuesday, January 31st, to post your first initial post to the actual discussion board. Then, after you've read the material, taken time to go over information, the quiz becomes available. The quiz is available on the 2nd, or excuse me, February 1st, Wednesday. And then the whole entire chapter closes down on February 6th. Your first initial post should be directly commenting on the actual discussion that you have. It should be thoughtful. It should come from the reading. It should be referenced and sourced. It should not be just about how you feel. And then your replies to your classmates should not be, yeah, I agree, good point, thanks for bringing that up. Those are important things to keep in mind. They need to be substantive and they need to be informative. Now, when you get to the assignment button, you'll see that the assignment will launch typically in a Word document. Oh, here's your assignment, basic information. This is what we're doing. So from the assignment button, you will note that you're going to read something, you will watch the presentation, you will review the chapter summary. Do you agree with the important chapter points? While you're reading and reviewing, you're going to add the notes to your CQ&R form. That is your connections, questions, and reflections. Questions are simply questions. I didn't understand. When did that begin? What happened? Your reflection is, wow, this is something really interesting. I hadn't thought about this before. Can you believe that we allowed that disease to continue? And connections are, when I was working I also noticed that we had this responsibility and we needed to sign off on that. That is very similar too. Now, these are just, theoretical examples. They're not directly related to any reading in chapter 2. I'm just giving you examples. You will type that up and you will submit a CQ&R form for every chapter. Okay? And then there's again the discussion post, and it talks about within the 48 hours, and it limits your numbers of typing. The thing is that you're not going to regurgitate the entire reading to us. You're going to take the important bits of information that you feel are vital, and you're going to make new information. One of the key things and one of the key program learning outcomes for public health is to be able to concisely summarize and appropriately interpret the information that you find in studies or big readings so that the everyday person can understand. So then you will see the actual assignment. The actual assignment listed here, and this is where you want to be creative. You want to step outside your box. You can design, you can do whatever. You may, as it says here and it says in the other place, make a flyer, make a infograph, make a poster, whatever it is that you want to do. You can take a picture of it. You can save it and attach it. Whatever it is that you feel that moves you. Someone just asked if they could do a Venn diagram. It's beautiful. These do not have to be artistic. They're just creative, meaning that you're not going to write a paper about it. In the world of public health, that doesn't reach the masses, a giant research paper. How can you convince people that this is important? What's going on? So that's what that's about. And for this time, you're going to design a timeline that you will build throughout the semester, and it gets attached to and included into your final portfolio. Then you will see that we're doing the teamwork and collaboration. What you may or may not be aware of is that we just had 9 new students add into our course yesterday. I have put in a hold on the teamwork and collaboration until we get everybody sort of on the same page. Here where the very last final thing on this page will say, check your knowledge, good luck. The check your knowledge is a quiz. The quiz comes from some of the very specific information. While you're within the quiz, you may have 3 attempts to answer your question. You may not take the entire quiz multiple times. Once you've submitted your quiz, it's done and over with. The quiz again will not open until the Wednesday, middle of the week at 8 a.m. If you see a quiz there and it looks like, oh, this is ready to take, please ignore it. Send me an email and let me know that your quiz is open, because it should not be. The quiz also must be graded by me. While some of the questions are multiple choice, others are short answer. I look over the quiz, check out what you've done, and then once I do that and the date of the week is over, the course will show a grade. We don't grade it prior to that so that students cannot share questions, answers, and theories. So that's why that happens. The reason why the quiz is guaranteed to be in the middle of the week is that then I know that you have logged on at least twice a week, and that meets your attendance requirements. So I hope that helps with a little bit. And if you have any questions, please send me an email, and have a great day.